Hello there, and welcome to day 44 of the 100 Days Python Programming Challenge. And today is project day. What project are we building? We're going to be able to check prime numbers. Do you remember prime numbers from high school? Yes. So today's project will be used to determine if a number is a prime number or not. So that's day 44 of Python Programming Challenge. Hi again, and welcome to day 44. 4 and 4. And today, Python program to check a prime number. If you don't remember what a prime number, no problem, I'll tell you. A prime number is a number that is only divisible by 1 and itself. Example would be 5, 3, 7, 11, 17, 19, and so on. So we want to be able to check if a number is a prime number or if it's not a prime number. So what I would do is to create a function, and in that function there would be like if statements that would use to calculate if a number is really a prime number. And then we get the input from the user, and if it's a prime number, we want to print that it is a prime number. So let's start with our function. So I'm defining my function. This is prime. And what am I taking into it? A number, num. And then the first thing, 1 is not a prime number. So if num is less than or equal to 1, then I want it to return false. And now I want to have my for loop that would go through the range of the number that's go to a range from 2 up to the number that was given. But I want to use an easier way to calculate what a prime number is. So when my user gives me my number, I want to find the square root of that number, and then I want to start the division of the number. So imagine my number is 29. What I want to do is to check if 29 is a prime number. So first I will find the square root of 29, and then the square root is approximately 5.4. So then I only need to now check the divisor up to 5. So I'm rounding it up to a whole number. And if I cannot find a divisor from 2 to 5, then that means it's a prime number. So then checking for the divisor, I'll check with 2. Is 29 divided by 2? It doesn't work. 29 divided by 3 doesn't work. 29 divided by 4 doesn't work. 29 divided by 5 doesn't work. So therefore, there's no need for me to continue divided by 6, divided by 7, divided by 8, divided by 9, because I'm just stopping at the square root. So this is like a faster and easier method. So I would explain why as we go on. Let me continue writing the function. So then I want to have my for loop. My for loop is for I in the range. So what is my range starting from? It's starting from 2, not 1, because 1 is not a prime number. And then int, because we're trying to get the input from the user and then convert it to int. And then num, which is what we got. And then find the square root 0.5. And then I want to add 1 to it. And next, if num, what am I dividing it by? By I, because I want it to go through each range. So it will start from 2. My I will be 2, my I will be 3, my I will be 4, my I will be 5, and so on. And this plus 1, because we said range will stop. If you're doing the range from like 0 to 10, it will stop at 9. But adding plus 1 means it's going to include 10. So I want it to include the last number and not skip it. So num divided by I, and that is equal to 0. So it should be divisible without remainder. And then if that is so, then it is not a prime number, because prime numbers are only divisible by 1 and itself. Otherwise, I want it to return true. true. So let me explain the function. So we defined our function is prime, and then we don't, if it's less than or equal to 1, we're returning false. And then we want to find our I that we'll use to divide the number that we're given. So our I would then be in the range of 2, and then int of the square root of the number that we're given plus 1. So I is going to start from 2 to 3 to whatever until we get to the square root of the number that we're given plus 1. And then if the number that where the user enters, if we divide it by I that we got from this range, and then we get it without a remainder when we divide it, then we return false. That means it's divisible by other numbers, and prime numbers are only divisible by 1 and itself. And then if this is not true, then we will know that truly it is a prime number. So then let's get our input from our user. So we have number equals to int input, and then I have a message that says enter your number. And then I want to have like an if statement to call my function. So is prime number. Then I want to print that it is a prime number if the function is true, or it's not a prime number if the function is not true. Yeah, so this is what we have. So now let me run this. And then if I enter a number, for example, I believe 17 should be a prime number. And we get that, yes, it is a prime number. So what it does is that I enter my number, and then the isPrime function is called. First thing it does that is checks that is 17 less than or equal to 1. No, it's not. It is greater. And then it then runs my for loop to check. It finds the square root of 17, which is 4.12. So this is then 4.12 plus 1, so that is 5.12, but we round it up, so that is 5. So that means we're going to divide. The range is now for I in range 2 and 5. So it starts from 2. So it divides 17 first by 2, divides it by 3, divides it by 4, divides. And we see that all the numbers that I listed cannot divide 17 without giving remainder. There would always be a remainder. So that means it returns true, and truly 17 is a prime number. Let me run a number that is not a prime number. So that is 25. 25 is not a prime number. So this is how you check. You see, by using the square root method, it makes it easier. Otherwise, you would have to divide by everything. Divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the rest. But by using the square root, you find the square root, and then you add 1 to it. You then limit the range that you check, and it actually works. So try it with different numbers and let me know your solutions. That is it for this video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And as always, the link to the Jupyter Notebook is in the description. So check it out and let me know what you think of our video so far. We're going. Thank you. Bye for now.